I just want to clarify that I believe that no matter what is done during the production of a movie, all that matters is what people are going to see when it comes out on opening day.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies go through changes and stuff. And I know you did a bunch of additional photography and whatever, and there's been some characters that were cut out. And I want to actually talk about that. Seth Rollins was originally part of the Serpent Society. There's a lot of people who are like WWE fans and are curious. They want to know more. So was he like just in a scene or two scenes, or was he like a bigger part of the movie? Like, what can you say about what he was going to do in the film?
Sure. I mean, look, there's been a lot of, I think, misinformation about the process of a film. Every single one of these Marvel films and every movie of this scope plans an additional photography process, even just for simple things as we want to get some inserts, or, there's things that we want to clarify from a story standpoint. And when you've got so many moving pieces that that's going to be necessary. So we had planned from the very beginning, and we only had one additional photography process. And part of that was in the back of our heads, also thinking through, we are taking a swing with Serpent Society, a group of characters that in publishing dress up in snake costumes and have some pretty bizarre snake adjacent powers. How is that going to work in the tone of this Captain America movie? So we always knew that we were going to be coming back to potentially refine that. In terms of the Seth Rollins of it all, he was a character that was just going to feature in the opening of the movie. And Seth is amazing, incredible. I would work with him again in a heartbeat. But as we were iterating on the movie, it was very clear that some of the tonal things that we were playing with the original iteration of Serpent Society had to fit even more closely in the mold with the rest of the movie. The movie takes a very grounded approach to its characters, even down to the choice of locations. We were shooting a lot more things practically. Sam's not a guy who's got serum. So even our Captain America, despite his wings, when he's not in that suit, is a much more grounded version of this character. So when our additional photography period came, we just thought through what helps us ground this character and still nod towards things that feel a bit heightened. And Giancarlo is so good about walking that fine line between larger than life, but still feeling human. So it became something, I've said this over and over, something of a no-brainer. And then I also just had personal history and connections with him through Spike Lee, who had mentored me and, helped me produce my first feature. And I'd been his intern. I was a student of his in film school at NYU. He had a history with Mackie, so it just felt so organic. And when you have Giancarlo in the movie, well, let's have as much of him as we can, So I'm literally telling you how organic it is in terms of the process. But that said, Seth is amazing. I can't wait. I know I'm going to want to work with him, and hopefully will work with him again. He's just such a phenomenal guy, and obviously an incredible performer.